Why, hello there. It's Jekyll here today, with a perfectly normal cooking simulator. Again, brought to you from some fine mind over on itch.io. Would you like to cook? Let's get into it. This game contains a pulsing image. Yeah, let's turn that off. Hey, you've been kinda quiet lately. Have I? I hadn't noticed. Are you okay? Always. You've been quiet ever since I sent you that last package. Yeah, well, what was inside of the package, huh? Do you think I want one of those? Do you think I need one? Quit sending me these things. Boot new disk. Ah, very old school. I remember when computers used to look like this. Ooh. Ooh. We have an option here, I think. Begin new game or weird S bracket FZ accented question mark? Oh. I guess we don't have an option, I just had to scroll down. You big dum-dum. Hello, player. Would you like to cook? Well, you know, I came to this game thinking I would. But if you're gonna give me the option, I don't think so. Yes, you would. It is wonderful to cook. It distracts you from other things. What other things? Why should I be distracted? What don't you want me to do? What would you like to cook? It's about 2 a.m. right now, so I think breakfast seems appropriate. Ah, breakfast. The most important meal of the day. And at 1 a.m. Okay, you're an hour behind me, buddy. What ingredient would you like to use? We got eggs, butter, meat, and fruit. How about we go for some fruit? I think I could go for some fruit. You cut up the fruit. Many people disagree on the definition of fruits. Colloquially, yes, but I don't think scientists do. Scientists definitely do not disagree on the definition of a fruiting body. Botanically, tomatoes are fruits, whereas cactus fruits are not. That does seem right, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Cook. Wait, are we cooking fruit? You fry the fruit in the saucepan. That... Oh, okay, I guess you can do that. It hurts. But you know no words for the hurt, so you pretend it doesn't. What ingredient would you like to add next? Flour? We're gonna add flour. Flour is usually made from grainy seeds, but can also be made from fruits and nuts. Moths love to lay their eggs in flour. God, don't I know it. Do you know how much flour I've had to toss over the years because I buy it in bulk? You buy a 50-pound bag of flour, 2 months later, infested with these little moths. Hate them so much. You mix the flour into the fruit that we are frying. Wait. It hurts, and it will continue to hurt. Maybe if you could figure out the name, you may be able to discuss it with others. It's time to prepare your meal. Prepare. You serve up the meal. You have made recipe number 10, fruitcake. I think we're missing a few ingredients for a fruitcake, but it's definitely nutty enough for one. Nobody really likes fruitcake, but people still make it anyway. I kinda do like fruitcake, though. I don't like the fruitcakes with, like, the dried pineapple and dried kiwi. Those are kinda gross, right? But, you know, just a normal fruitcake? Yeah, I'd eat one. Raisins, bananas, things like that. Eat. You eat your fruitcake for breakfast. It tastes delicious. Sometime later, you discover a name for the hurt. It still hurts, sometimes, but you're able to manage it. End. This is all getting cut. Cut. New game. Hello, player. Would you like to cook? This time we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna let myself cook. Of course you would. It is wonderful to cook. So many creations to be made. What would you like to cook today? Well, we did breakfast last time, so let's go with the lunch. A nice lunch option. Ah, lunch. The most important meal of the day. And at 1 a.m. Again, it's like 2 a.m. here. What ingredient would you like to use? For lunch, I usually have something light. So let's go with butter. You melt the butter into a saucepan. Butter is made by extracting milk fats from the buttermilk. In contrast, margarine uses vegetable oils thinned with water. That's a non sequitur. Who cares what margarine is made out of? Margarine is awful, isn't it? Like, why would you want to use margarine when you could use butter? Blech. Cook. You fry the butter in the saucepan. It hurts, but you know no words for the hurt. So you pretend it doesn't. What ingredient would you like to add next? Sugar. The process of refining sugar involves adding phosphoric acid onto the grains and spun on a centrifuge to strip away the molasses, revealing the tiny crystals within. You add the sugar to the butter. I guess we're making some kind of hard candy, maybe a butterscotch. Wait. It hurts, and it will continue to hurt. Maybe if you could figure out the name, you may be able to discuss it with others. It's time to prepare your meal. Prepare it then. What did I make? You serve up the meal. You have made recipe number 5, butterscotch. I'm pretty sure there are more ingredients, but yeah, that's about all you could really do with butter and sugar. This recipe was popularized in Yorkshire, or Yorkshire, if you're English, in the 1800s, because there wasn't anything good to eat. Now listen here. Hyde is an old man. So is Jekyll. I was alive in the 1800s, around that area. And I'll tell you what, I love me some butterscotch, right? Like, I love old man candies. Butterscotch is great. Any hard candy is fantastic. Eat. Eat the pain away. You eat your butterscotch for lunch. It tastes delicious. Not very filling. But like I said, light lunch. Sometime later, you discover a name for the hurt. It still hurts, sometimes, but you're able to manage it. Animation off. Seen this, boot new disc. Blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Don't have to be entertaining. New game. Hello, player. Would you like to cook? Yes. Yes, I would. Of course you would. It is wonderful to cook. So many creations to be made. What would you like to cook today? Well, we've done breakfast and lunch. Let's do dinner. Eating a big meal today. Ah, dinner. The most important meal of the day. And at 2 a.m. Hey, it is. Is this going off of my clock? Is this gonna dox me? I don't like that. It was definitely 1 a.m. the last 2 times, and it was like 1:58 a.m. So it's definitely going off of my clock. I do not like that. What ingredient would you like to use? For dinner, I like to have something heavy, so we're gonna go with meat. You slice the meat. The distinction between red and white meat is arbitrary, but is based on the myoglobin count. All animals contain some form of meat. All animals contain some form of meat. Yes. Okay. Cook. You fry the meat in the saucepan. It hurts, but you know no words for the hurt. So you pretend it doesn't. What ingredient would you like to add next? Dare I? Dare I add the forbidden ingredient? Is Jekyll such a madman? Will he do it? Will he? Face. You combine the face with the meat. Wait. Wait for it. It hurts, and it will continue to hurt. Maybe if you could figure out the name, you may be able to discuss it with others. You hope. But let me tell you something, children. Jekyll has stared into the abyss. He has dyed it in his colors as it has dyed him in its. The word for the hurt is all-knowing. The abyss is ours. The lacuna. The place of pain. It's time to prepare your meal. Prepare. You serve up the meal. You have made recipe number 9. Face meat. What was once living tissue lives once more, but the scowling face is not one that wishes to be alive. Talk. You speak with the face meat. It names things as it speaks, granting you a name for your hurt. It still hurts sometimes, but you can deal with it better. And I think this is where we're going to end it for today, children. It was a fun time, wasn't it? We learned a lot together. I hope to see you again soon. Hyde, out.